friends. Okay, so today's video, I'm gonna talk about Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day, 3 days in a row, and they're all holy. And I'm gonna get into each one of them a little bit and pretty much kind of encourage you to start planning for these 3 holidays right now. And also I have a bunch of PDFs over on my website that it's gonna kind of help you to get through the month of October, kind of break everything down to help you prepare for those 3 holidays coming up. So I first want to get into Halloween because a lot of people either love Halloween if you're Catholic, and a lot of people who are Catholic do not like Halloween. They think it's very satanic, very evil, and all of that, which I totally understand. So I want to talk to you about that. And then I also want to get into some ideas on how to celebrate Halloween, All Souls Day, and All Saints Days. And so the first thing I want to say about Halloween, I know this is such a touchy topic for a lot of people. And so I just want to say that, first of all, a lot of people say that this is a very satanic holiday. It was actually intended, I have videos and I'll link them down below. It was intended actually to be a very holy day. It goes back to the Irish pagan gods and stuff, but the Catholic Church actually wanted to do the opposite of that and to have a holy day on that day. So it's All Hallows Eve. And so that's what Halloween actually is. It's kind of like a Christmas Eve, like how Christmas Eve is holy. You're kind of preparing for the big day, which is Christmas. And so it's kind of the same thing. It was actually intended to be very holy. So a lot of people actually think, well, it's not, it's satanic. And you know, and I will agree, there are, especially if you drive around our neighborhood during Halloween, it is very hard for me because there's witches, ghosts, goblins. Here in our neighborhood, they're very festive, and so they have a lot of very creepy things, to the point where my kids get very scared and upset, you know. And so I have to drive around in my neighborhood to kind of get away from those houses. So without a doubt, like, it is a day that Satan wants to have as his own. But here's the thing, Satan does not get that. Jesus Christ died for us, and he did it for 365 days of the year. Like, Satan does not get a day. Like, that is not how it works. God already won. He is already victorious. And so I am not ever going to give Satan that day. And so I want to start with that. Please do not give him that satisfaction. And so what you can do instead of that, what is the thing that would be the opposite of satanic, is go to Holy Mass. Go to Holy Mass, pray an extra rosary, go to adoration, because yes, there are evil, diabolic things that happen that day, but that does not mean that it's Satan's day. It is still God's day, and we need to reclaim that. And that's kind of why I'm doing this video. So on the other side of that, there are people who think I'm a little too hardcore Catholic, I'm a little too much. I just did a video called Catholic Swaps, and so it's like taking things like Sesame Street for your kids, and instead of that, having a good Catholic wholesome show that you know that they're being fed the truth and good things. And you know, being a mom, that is our goal, is to get our children to heaven, because heaven is for eternity. And so that's kind of what I want to say to all the people who think I'm a little too much Catholic. I don't think that's ever a thing, because here's the thing, when we die, which 100% of us will die, we go to 3 places. We go to heaven, hell, or purgatory. And so the thing is that we want to live our life as holy and as close to heaven as we can right here on earth. And that is possible. Like, we can be very, very close to God. You know, we can be saints. And I know that seems like super intimidating and out there and all of that, but it's not. Each one of us can do it. And not only can we do it, but with God's help, we can strive at it. You know, we can live this like peaceful, overwhelming, loving life that is just so life-giving, even in the midst of like chaos and turmoil. Like, we put our trust in God, right? So the thing is, we are all going to die, and the purpose why God made us was so that we would be forever with him in heaven. So we want to live here on earth the closest to heaven that we possibly can. And so that's the kind of crazy thing about people saying, oh, like you're too Catholic, you're too spiritual, all these things. Is like, no, like that's why God created us. God created us for him, not for ourselves, but he created us so that we could delight in him. And so that is why our whole life should revolve around God. And I don't think that you can be too spiritual. I don't think you can be obsessed too much with God, because God is the end all be all. There's nothing higher, nothing better than God. You know, God doesn't want us to be scrupulous and like, you know, be too uptight about things. He wants us to live life and flourish and do well. But our whole life should really, truly be surrounded with God, because that is eternity. That is what heaven actually is. You know, it's the endless mass. We should want to be having heavenly things in our lives right now. With that being said, this was actually supposed to be like a really fun video, but it got really deep, didn't it? Anyway, so I want to encourage you to prepare for these 3 feast days right now. And so I want to talk about some ideas. The main thing, so All Hallows Eve, Halloween, is actually the day before All Saints Day. And so that is the big deal, right? Like that's November 1st is All Saints Day. And so a lot of families have All Saints Day parties. They dress up as saints. They talk about saints. They, you know, talk about their saints that they're named after, or their, you know, confirmation saint, or their favorite saint. So the whole day we celebrate saints, those who have walked before us, who have given us so many good examples, who have lived, most of them extremely hard lives, but most of them so joyful and so happy. So anyway, I want to encourage you, because that's kind of like the whole buildup is to All Saints Day. Lots of people have parties, but I really encourage you to take, it's called the October Challenge in your family, especially if you have little kids, if you have adults. I encourage you to every day for the month of October, read about the saints. So it could be something, I have a bunch of saint books and stuff, but it could be where you just have a book kind of like this, and every day there's a new saint and you just read it. So for 30 days you read about it. Also up on my website, I have writers called Faith in 5, and for the month of October, they're gonna do a saint a day. Instead of like the normal teaching, they're gonna do a saint a day so that we can be prepared for All Saints Day. So I think that's so exciting. But if you wanna buy a book too, you can, I love Catholic Company, and I have a promo code for that if you do wanna like look for a book. But there are some, this one's awesome. This one is really well written as well. Like whenever I read the stories, and it's a little bit longer, like I would say 2 to 3 pages. Yeah, like this is 3 pages, but they have pictures. I would say like my 10-year-old around that age really likes this one. I love this one as well. So you can be older, but they have really interesting illustrations, but the stories are phenomenal, and they really make me want to be holy. That's what I love about the saints, is they are just such great examples to me. There's also little books like this, Saints Around the World. I encourage you to get a book, or you can go to my website for free. But this one is pretty cool. This has saints from all over the world, all different ethnic backgrounds. They kind of show you in the map like where that saint was from, so it's kind of shows you geography as well, and so it tells their story, and it's just a page about each saint. And so this is a sweet book as well. You know, if you want to go about it a different way, you could do maybe a chapter book with your, like every night before you go to bed, read a chapter book. There's lots of really good saint chapter books. So you could do that too, but I really encourage you to dive deeper into the saints because they are so awesome. They have such great stories, and changed me. They made me want to be a saint, because I just saw how so many of them died to themselves, and they lived for something so much bigger than themselves. So anyway, so I encourage you first and foremost to get some type of resource that you can teach your children, or for you personally, maybe during your prayer life, like every day during the month of October, learn about the saints. That way on All Saints Day, you are like all about it. You know all these saints, you know them in depth, all of that. So anyway, so that's what I encourage you, is to learn about the saints during the month of October. So another thing that a lot of Catholic families do, and a lot of Catholic schools do this too, and some Catholic churches, All Saints Day party. So I have these little printouts. I don't know if you can see them, but it just kind of gives you an outline of things to kind of do at your All Saints Day party, like saintly activity, who's gonna attend, food, extra notes. So it's just something over on my website that you can check out and just fill it out and get started now with planning your All Saints Day party. So something a lot of families do for All Saints Day is they dress up like a saint. And so I have a whole video of what we do for All Saints Day, like the different games, what we do. So I'll link that down below just to give you ideas. So if you're looking for a costume that you can kind of like grow with, or you can use for 2 different feast days, I have one over on my Etsy shop. My sweet mom did these. I'm gonna tell you, my mom did these. These are, it's the St. Lucy crown, and it's made of felt, and it's so cute. I don't know if you can see those little red berries and stuff. So anyway, it's a little crown, and my mom is so sweet. So she made these, and we do have some physical copies that that we can sell over on my Etsy shop, but she made a pattern that you could buy the pattern, and she wanted to support my children's Catholic education. She said all the funds should go to your children's Catholic education. So if you do want to dress your kids up as St. Lucy for All Saints Day, here's an idea. And then you can also use it for her holy day. Like, she has a feast day that is so fun in December. I have a video about that too. And I think I'm gonna do a different video this year, but really fun ideas for St. Lucy's feast day. But she's an awesome saint too, so to learn about her. But anyway, if you're looking for a fun idea for costumes, I also have lots of costume ideas over on my Pinterest. I've been like pinning things like crazy because there's so many cute, fun ideas for Catholic saints over there. So definitely follow me over there. Make sure you follow and all of that. But over on my website, I will have this whole list of you know, how to have a Catholic party. Something else I wanted to share with you that I've been kind of working with my team. This is a Catholic Moms October checklist. And so I thought this was such a sweet idea, but I think I'm gonna try to do this. So I'll do one for November, December, and I'll just put it over on my website. It's all free, but it's just like fun ideas to really live liturgically, give you ideas, get your kids excited about the Catholic faith. So anyway, so I'm gonna read that to you, and then I think I'm gonna kind of wrap it up because I could go on and on. It's so fun. But the first thing is to pick a book or some type of resource to read to the saint about the saints. So I kind of talked about that. Gather flowers for the Feast of St. Therese feast day, so that's October 1st. And then enjoy angel food cake for the Feast of the Holy Angels, which is October 2nd. So there are so many feast days right in a row. Pretty awesome. Learn about St. Francis, go to the zoo, something like that. I have a whole video on St. Francis as well. Make a rosary and either give them away, or you can keep them for yourself. But the month of October is known for the month of the rosary. So that's a way that we kind of honor Mary, is through the rosary. Okay, pray the Chaplet of Divine Mercy for St. Faustina's feast day, which is October 5th. So there are so many amazing saints in October. I mean, I know every month has amazing saints, but these are really well known. Pick your costume for All Saints Day, and then start planning All Saints Day parties. So you can just fill out, you know, that. I also have one for All Saints Day, or All Souls Day, and Halloween too, like how to make Halloween holy, and just to like get your mind going on different ideas, like go to mass that day, have chili, I don't know, you know, whatever you want to do. A rosary novena for the month of October, or even like the whole month of October. You could pray with your family the rosary every day or by yourself. The rosary is so amazing and so powerful. So buy a pumpkin, and my sister does this. My sisters are so awesome, very amazing sisters, but one of them has a pumpkin carving party, and they like see who can like make the whole, like they're all holy. I'll put some pictures up here that she sent me, but they're so talented, and they like make the Sacred Heart of Jesus and different saints, and they just are phenomenal, and they have so much fun. So they all, on Halloween, the actual Halloween, they will carve these holy pumpkins, and then they'll set them out. So when the trick-or-treaters come, they have all these holy pumpkins and stuff. So so I thought that was fantastic. Make a home altar for the fall decoration. So I do that every year, where I try to kind of live liturgically, but I also have pumpkins everywhere. I don't really do ghosts and witches and all that. I do not. That's a whole nother video, but I actually have a video on that. I'll link down below. Another one is make pierogies for Pope John Paul II's feast day on October 22nd. So another thing that a lot of Catholic families do, it's kind of a trend right now, is to make Catholic peg dolls and do like an exchange. So you make like 20 of them, and then you'll have a party and everybody gets one of the peg dolls, and so you get lots of different saints, and they are so cute. This is Saint Bernadette, but this is actually like professionally done. I had a lady who would send me these, and this is Saint Bernadette, and she is so talented. Like my children love playing with these peg dolls too, but she would spend hours per peg doll, and I'll put her link down below. I don't know if she still does them, but she is phenomenal. My sister also made this one. This is, and then at the bottom, Blessed Miguel. And so that is super cute. And then this is, my other sister did this one, and this is Saint Genevieve. And so they would just write it at the bottom, and then their feast day at the bottom as well. Isn't that like the cutest thing ever? So like All Saints Day party, you could have like a peg doll party as well. And like I said, over on Pinterest, I have so many pins on how to do that other people have already like talked all about, but I love pinning Catholic stuff over there. So that's another idea. Also, you can fill out these sheets. At the bottom, I have fill out the sheet. I also said, left some space down here so that you could just kind of, if you have other ideas and things you want to do, like, you know, jump in the leaves, go apple picking, something like that. I left some space at the bottom so you could do that as well. But definitely check out the link below. You can print out all these and just start planning, just kind of brainstorm, like what are some fun holy ways. I'm gonna be doing some videos coming up very soon about how to have an All Saints Day party specifically, and then how to do All Souls Day too, which is a huge feast day as well. So anyway, I have a lot of fun stuff coming up on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.